It's a fact. All cars will eventually break down. If you have CarShield, you can protect yourself from the high cost of auto repairs. And they're America's #1 auto protection company. Your transmission, engine, and car's computer system are all covered. Get the ultimate vehicle service protection. Call CarShield now at 800-440-5931. That's 800-440-5931.
Welcome back to Daybreak USA with Ron Ray, and now it's time for the Wednesday weather with a beat. Seattle, 70. Portland, 80. 87 degrees in Sacramento. San Francisco at 70. Double sevens in LA, 84 in Las Vegas. 85 in Phoenix. 58 degrees for the high in Albuquerque. 56 in Denver, 65 in Salt Lake City. 56 in Minneapolis. It'll be 64 degrees in Omaha, 72 in Topeka, 75 in Oklahoma City, 80 in Amarillo, 81 in Dallas, 84 in Houston, 87 in New Orleans, 80 degrees for the high in Little Rock, 76 degrees in St. Louis, 66 degrees in Chicago, 84 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, 87 hot ones in Charlotte, same in Roanoke. It'll be 86 degrees in Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City at 84, and Boston at 59. Scattered showers move from the west to the east, including New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. Then heavier showers in the nation's Midland, including Little Rock, St. Louis, and parts of lower Illinois. A little more rain in West Virginia, western Pennsylvania, and all of the state of New York. Otherwise clear, and that's weather with a beat. Now, let's take a look in sports. 3 days to the fastest 2 minutes in sports, the 147th Run for the Roses. At Churchill Downs in Kentucky, it's Saturday afternoon on NBC. In the NBA last night, Oklahoma 119, Boston 115. Portland 133, Indiana 112, Milwaukee by 10 over Charlotte. It was the Brooklyn Nets 116, Toronto 103, the T-Wolves 114, Houston 107, and the Mavericks pound Golden State 133-103. In the National Hockey League, Jersey 6-4 over Philadelphia, New York Rangers 3-1 over the Sabres, Boston 3, Pittsburgh 1, Washington a 1-0 victory over the Islanders. A shootout gave Columbus a 1-0 victory over the Red Wings. It was Tampa Bay 7, Chicago 4, while Florida beat Nashville 7-4. Carolina 5, Dallas Stars 1. In Major League Baseball, Cleveland beat Minnesota, Pittsburgh down Kansas City. Yankees win over Baltimore. Toronto beats the Nationals, while Boston gets by the Mets, and Tampa Bay beats Oakland. The NFL Draft comes up tomorrow, starting at mid-afternoon with round number 1. The first pick, a lot of people think the Jacksonville Jaguars will take Trevor Lawrence, and that's sports and weather together right here on Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray.
Do you need to sell your home? If you've sold a home before, you remember how stressful and expensive it was. Sold.com is here to help you sell your home for the most money and with the least amount of stress. There are new ways to sell your home that you've never heard of before. Did you know there are companies who'll offer you cash for your home? Did you know you could trade in your home for a new one? Did you know there are realtors who'll sell your home for a flat fee instead of an expensive commission? It's true. Sold.com services are free. So if you're looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-990-3125. 800-990-3125. 800-990-3125. Again, that's 800-990-3125.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055. 888-554-1055.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055. 800-854-1055.
Welcome back at 23 minutes before the hour.
Oh, time to place your next hour here.
Now, with a bit of synchronicity there, we do walk away from our stowed posts during the bottom of the hour, and we turn on the news and see what's going on. And what was the topic? Exactly what we were talking about. Well, did Joe Biden say we didn't have to wear a mask if we went outside? Did he say we had to wear a mask if there were only 4 people in a room? Folks, are you just dumb or are you just playing dumb? Because if you're playing dumb, you're playing it really well. No matter what anyone says, I don't care what party you're in, and I don't care in what attitude you say it. Somebody is going to question exactly what you said perfectly clear. He made it as clear as could be, and I watched him get blasted.
Oh, yeah, all day.
On Newsmax last night and on Fox. Oh, the speech wasn't clear on what you were supposed to do. Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Graph, yeah.
Wait a minute. The speech was perfectly clear when somebody told you that you should inject Clorox into your body. That was perfectly clear. If that's the clear speech, then I don't want it to be clear. Because that's cockamamie. Okay? A guy says, oh, you really should not wear a mask if you go to the ballpark or something like that. But if you're with your family and you're hiking or biking, you don't have to wear one. I think that's perfectly understandable if you have more than a first grade education. Not a high school education. I'm not asking you to be intelligent. I'm asking you to have basic common sense. And this is the tough one, a lack of hatred towards your fellow human beings. Because everybody wants to hate everybody now. It's all about how much you can gain for somebody. Did you see what so-and-so did? And I know we all do it. Don't get me wrong. Now, we also mentioned the police. And the fact that the policing is going to have to take a step back and saying, we have to take a look at our methods again. Because something's going wrong here. In the old days, the bad guys used to shoot first. That's not the case anymore. Mm-hmm. The bad guys don't get a shot because they're already shot. Yesterday, police in Northern California, the city of Alameda, released body cam footage that shows an officer pinning a man to the ground for more than 5 minutes with his knee on his neck, at which time Mario Gonzalez stopped breathing. I apologize. This was back on April the 19th. Now, if you are a police officer.
So this was during the George Floyd trial.
No, this was
trial.
the 19th. This was
this
7
was
days
during
ago.
When
I don't remember what day the verdict came down, but
no,
whatever.
But this was during the trial.
This was 7 days ago.
Yeah, during.
Okay. Well, I said I don't know what day the verdict came down. What day did the verdict come down? You don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying that someone would do that with that being so prominent in the news.
That's my point exactly. If it was after the verdict came down, which I believe it was, he just saw a fellow officer get 2 charges of murder and 1 for manslaughter, probably doing at least 12 and a half years in prison, maybe more, because of extenuating circumstances. Yet he went out and did the exact same thing to another man. You have to be crazy to do that. You have to have some kind of death wish. Did he think they weren't going to catch him? It's all on video. Mm-hmm. Now, did he think he's so much better at disguising it that Mr. Chauvin was, that he'd get away with it? 2 counts of murder and 1 of manslaughter, and you could do the same thing and think you're going to get away with it. That's screwy.
That's just downright defiance.
If that was the logic of the person that was the perpetrator, you'd think, that guy's not only a criminal, he's a stupid criminal.
Yeah.
What in the world would make you do that? You know, once again, I see the video of that woman with the knife, and I see the officer take her out. And a lot of questions about should you shoot for body mass, which is what cops are trained to do. It's harder to hit an arm or a leg than it is to hit the center portion of a body. Mm-hmm. And so that's what cops aim for if, in fact, they decide to make that decision. Well, in that situation, I say, what would have happened to that police officer if he did not shoot that perpetrator and she fell forward and stabbed that woman to death? What happens then? Is there neglect on his part? Is there dereliction of duty on his part? Maybe. So you can't have it both ways. I understand that. And I understand that they have to make life and death decisions within a second. Or as we saw in that case, he was only on the scene for 10 seconds. But 9 minutes and 26 seconds and over 5 minutes in this case. I think you should know in that course of time. Some amount of logic should return to your body in 5 minutes plus when you're holding down a 250-pound guy who's grunting and laying face down on some wood chips with an elbow on his neck and a knee on his shoulder, and he's trying to lift the whole guy up. That's more than trying to make a decision in a split second. Isn't that a conscious decision after 5 minutes?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't think it would actually take 5 minutes, but okay.
Right, you would think that at some point, logic would sneak in there. Rod and Ray are on the radio. When we return, we'll listen to the president on the CDC and the push for vaccines.
Daybreak USA.
Welcome back, Ray. Tell them it's 12 minutes before the hour, and they should.
Place their next hours here.
By the way, some of the things that are going to come up tonight on the American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan. I don't know if there's too much that you can take exception to. I'm trying to see this from all points of view. If you're a rich person or a poor person or a middle-class person. Here are some of the things that are included in that plan. And he will talk about a $1.8 trillion of spending to get this done. Universal preschool for 3 and 4-year-olds. Take the burden and get women back into the workforce. 2 years of free community college for all Americans. Here's the problem there, comma, including dreamers. That'll be the hard part for that.
I think anytime you can do anything to get someone to, or help someone move into the workforce at a young age, if you look around, that's one of our biggest problems, actually, is getting young people to leave the house and join the workforce.
Yeah, but you're never going to get You're going to hear immediately, you're going to give illegals free education. That's what you're going to hear. That stands
Dreamers
out.
aren't illegals.
Well,
Dreamers were born here.
The negative side of the coin thinks they're illegals. And that you have to overcome this. That is not going to go through the Senate or any other Senate in the near future. Create national paid family and medical leave programs. That includes husbands getting leave when they have a child, wives pregnancy leave, and bereavement.
Okay.
3 things that aren't guaranteed in our system.
No.
Kind of amazing. Increase the size of Pell Grants. Well, the price of everything has gone up.
Yeah. I think it's good that Joe's aiming big, because then you can negotiate.
You can always cut back, yeah. Extend the child tax credit till 2025. I think that makes sense with what everybody's been through. Some tax things that are not worth going into the explanation of what they are. No family should have to pay more than 7% of its income on child care for children under 5. Interesting. Don't know how that will go.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who aren't having young children, so they say, well, I only worry about the things that pertain to me.
True.
You know, I don't think I'm going to be having any kids personally in the next couple of years, unless you know something I don't know, right?
No.
Okay. So
No,
then I
that was
say,
a
well, you
conscious
could eliminate
decision.
that one because
Yeah.
that's not going to...
To not have children between the two of us, yes.
The interest loopholes should be closed, yes. By the way, mortgage rates now are under 2 at 1.98%. Also, expanded tax credit care for pre-K. We talked about that. Tax reform with the highest ranks going up and the lower ranks coming down. Once again, those are tough things to pass because the guy who's making, a 39% capital gain tax on anything you make over $1 million. Once again, it doesn't pertain to you and I, so we say, well, tax them, go ahead.
I know, and I really wish we could come back to a simpler if we could just get to a simpler form of taxation, like your flat tax. 10%. Everybody just pay 10%.
I don't know if that's the number anymore, but that's the basic simplicity of it. And it's amazing because I talked to another very devout, played golf with him, a very devout Republican who said to me, why haven't we ever tried the flat tax?
It sounds so simple.
It is so simple, and maybe that's why we don't do it, because we pay the Congress to be complicated so that none of us can understand what they're doing. Take the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Once again, what about the people who are retired?
Yeah.
Who are making basically $4 an hour in their retirement with their Social Security? Is that fair? Okay. Also, many people in the House and the Senate believe there will be national marijuana legislation coming up. Don't know how certain states will handle that, including especially the state of Utah. You have to wonder.
Yeah, or the South.
Don't know. But anyhow, Joe Biden has said confidently that he will stay out of the way of marijuana legalization. That's what he said. Don't know why. Don't know if he's for it or against it. Delaware doesn't have it, so...
There was a story a couple of months ago about someone in the White House that I want to think they were No, I don't even want to say the story, but
okay.
It was clear that the White House, Joe Biden's White House, was not in favor of recreational use.
Well, once again, that's a personal opinion, and he has his right to personal opinions, no matter what.
But I think that's big of him.
But he says he'll stay out of the fray and to let the other people decide it. I think it's, once again, you can't legislate morality. This country has become immoral. in many
if that's
ways.
all they want to do is smoke a little weed.
If we could, we'll gladly trade all this violence for a little
joints.
marijuana
and
munchies for everybody.
Yes.
Rod and Ray are on the radio. This is
Daybreak USA.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-882-2093. 800-882-2093. 800-882-2093. That's 800-882-2093.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, a veterinarian physician and founder of Youngevity, great nutritional company, based on 90 for Life. 90 essential nutrients, all vertebrates, whether you're a wombat, an elephant, a giraffe, an ostrich, a human being, a monkey, a cow, a dog, or a cat, doesn't matter. All vertebrates require 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. They help prevent birth defects. There are no genetic birth defects. That's my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute of Natural Treasure. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. They're all nutritional deficiency diseases. That's why my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute of Natural Treasure. I want you to get on the 90 for Life program, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. And don't forget the Rebound or a sports drink. And don't forget, you need your immune system because of all this pandemic virus stuff going around. And so contact us at usaradiohealth.com. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com.
It's my birthday recently. For my birthday, I got a humidifier and a dehumidifier. I put them in the same room, let them fight it out. Then I filled my humidifier with wax. Now my room's all shiny. I went to a museum where they had all the heads and arms from the statues that are in all the other museums. I had trouble going home from there because I had parked my car in a tow-away zone. When I came back, the entire area was gone. So I walked home. Everywhere is walking distance if you have the time. They should iron this. I used to work for the factory where they make hydrants, but you couldn't park anywhere near the place. I used to be a proofreader for a skywriting company. Years ago, I worked in a natural organic health food store in Seattle, Washington, and one day a man walked in and he said, "If I melt dry ice, can I swim without getting wet?" I said, "I don't know. Let me ask Tony." 2 days later, I was fired for eating cotton candy and drinking straight Bosco on the job. So I figured I'd leave the area because I had no ties there anyway, except for this girl I was seeing. We had conflicting attitudes. I really wasn't into meditation. She really wasn't into being alive. I told her I knew when I was going to die because my birth certificate has an expiration date on it. I decided to leave and go to California, so I packed up my Salvador Dali print of two blindfolded dental hygienists trying to make a circle on an Etch-a-Sketch. And I headed for the highway and began hitching. Within 3 minutes, I got picked up by one of those huge trailer trucks carrying 20 brand new cars. I climbed up the side of the cab, and he opened the door, and the guy said, "I didn't have much room in here. Why don't you get in one of the cars and back?" So I did. He's really into picking up people because he picked up 19 more. We all had our own cars. Then he went 90 miles an hour. We all got...
Hey, this looks cool. Workouts while you work in. Free trial. Sure, I'll click here. My birth date for a matching playlist. That's fun.
It's easy to be unsafe online.
My mother's maiden name for a water bottle? Sweet.
Now it's easy to help protect yourself. Norton 360 with LifeLock gives you device security, a VPN for online privacy, and identity theft protection, all in one. Opt in to cyber safety. Save 25% or more off your first year at norton.com/news.